In this video, I'll reveal the hidden mistake that keeps most networkers stuck and show you exactly how to break through. So stay tuned, stay till the end, because this could be the turning point in your business. Welcome back to the second video in my series, The 9 Stages of Network Marketing Mastery. If you missed the first episode, I highly recommend checking it out. Where we have covered the birth and the pupil stage, the foundational phases in your network marketing journey. That's where you go from being brand new and full of excitement to learning the essential skills for long-term success. But now, we're stepping into a completely different level of your journey, the teenager stage and the young adult stage. This is where your ego, confidence, and mindset will either fuel your growth or hold you back completely. So, if you've ever felt like you were on the right track but suddenly you hit a plateau, or if you've ever found yourself feeling frustrated because your team isn't duplicating the way you expected it, then pay close attention, because what I'm about to share might be exactly what you need to hear. That teenager stage in network marketing is a lot like being a real teenager in life. You have gained some experience, you feel confident, you start to believe you have figured it all out. That confidence is a good thing, because after all, confidence is what gives you the courage to take action. It's what pushes you forward, helps you to step outside of your comfort zone, and gives you the drive to build your business. But here comes the big but. This is also where most networkers stall. Instead of using your confidence to fuel continued growth, you might start making mistakes, such as thinking you no longer need mentorship, or ignoring the proven company system and trying to reinvent the wheel by yourself, or focusing more on managing your team instead of actively building your business. And when that happens, duplication slows down, growth stalls, and suddenly you're stuck. One of the biggest patterns I've observed over the last 10 years in network marketing is that many distributors in the teenager stage fall into the same trap over and over again. I can't even count how many times I have seen people hit momentum, achieve their first wins, and suddenly something changes. When you first start growing your team, you feel unstoppable, right? You've made it past the hardest part, getting started. And now you're seeing real progress. You have people looking up to you, asking you for advice, following your guidance. And this feels really good. It feels so good to be needed. It feels good to be important. It feels good to be the leader everyone depends on. And because of that feeling, many distributors unknowingly sabotage their own growth. What they don't realize is everything in network marketing duplicates. So if you ignore the system, your team will ignore it too. And suddenly everyone starts building their own system and duplication stalls completely. That's when frustration kicks in. That's when growth slows down. And the worst part, most people don't even realize it, that they are the ones causing the challenge. Let me share you a real life example of what happens when you make this path. Once I worked with a distributor called Peter, who had incredible success in the very beginning. He was charismatic, hardworking, and great at selling the vision and the business. His team grew really fast, but then something happened. Instead of following the company system, Peter started to creating his own process because he wanted to have the full control. He created his own separate training system built around his person. He changed how new recruits were onboarded, and he even told his downline to ignore parts of the company's system. At first, it worked because he was still in full control, because it was inside the length of his arm where his business was growing. His team was fully dependent on him, and he loved that feeling of importance. But soon, things started falling apart. His team struggled because they didn't have a duplicatable system. Instead of growing independently, they relied on him for everything. And when he got overwhelmed and burned out, his whole team started to collapse. This is what happens when you try to build the business around yourself instead of around the system. Peter learned a hard lesson, but when he humbled himself, reconnected with the company's system and focused on duplication, his business finally became scalable. And that's where the fun part starts. And with this, you're entering the next stage in your business, the young adult stage. I also call it the stage of decision. Because at this stage, your business has either stalled or declined due to the way you handled the teenager stage. And now you are at the crossroad. You have two choices. The first one is you go into blame mode. What will happen is you stay stuck. Instead of looking inward and adjust your own approach, you start pointing your finger everywhere around you. To the company, to the compensation plan, to your upline, to your downline, to the market, to everything except yourself is the reason your business isn't growing. And the problem is, this mindset keeps you in the teenager stage forever, preventing any real progress. The other choice you have is you can choose for fame. And in fame, you take full responsibility and grow. You recognize the lesson from the teenager stage and commit to continuous learning. You follow the company's system instead of trying to build your own. This is the stage where you truly decide whether you're going to keep making excuses or you step up and own your own success. Choosing fame means committing to mastering the business, embracing true leadership, and taking ownership of your success. This is where network marketing mastery truly begins. So, how can you break through that and move to the young adult stage? To truly thrive, you must make the shift from manager to leader. And here is how. First of all, stay coachable. Never detach those ahead of you in your journey. Keep prospecting, keep recruiting, because at the moment you stop, your business stops growing. Use the company's system. Focus on creating a structure that allows your team to thrive without you. And most of all, think long term. Don't just focus on the next 3 months. Plan for the next 3 years, or maybe even 10 years. Master these steps, and you'll be ready for the transition into the next stage. So, what's your next move? Step into leadership. Write down one thing you will implement today to step into real leadership. To keep you on the right track, keep an eye on my social media channels and definitely on my YouTube channel. That's why you should subscribe, like this video, and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss the next episode in this series. Stay tuned for part 3, where we'll dive into the professional stage and maybe even the business owner stage. So, see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.